Hello, this is Yosef Lang. Welcome to the weekly shir of Zera Shimshon. It's Chaf Tes Sivan. It's Yom Rishon in Eretz Yisrael. I know it's we're parsha behind in Chutz Lords, but hopefully we'll catch up before Rosh Hashanah. So I picked the Parshas Shelach Lecho. I picked the Haftorah because it's a very fascinating Haftorah. It's in Yoshua, and it's talking about sending the spies to Eretz Yisrael. When Yeshua sent them, he sent two spies, Kalev and Pinchas, and they stayed at the harlot Zona, the Zona's house, Rachav. Anyway, here it says in Parshas Zion, Kapitel Zion, "V'tikach ha'isha shnei anashim v'titzpanu by Lashon Yachid v'lo amar b'titzpanim." So it says in Yeshua pasuk that he took the woman was Rachav, took the two men and hid them or hid him in. It's a Lashon Yachid, and it doesn't say Lashon Rabim that she hid them. Okay, Rizal Omer Gamar, the Yalkut Shimoni says in Remez Ches, the Kalev hu shahayat tzarich hatmana. Kalev needed to be hidden. Loy Pinchas, but Pinchas didn't need to be hidden. Why? Shahaya oimid lifneim v'roya ve'eino nira. So he was apparently invisible, like Harry Potter's invisible cloak. But anyway, Maxim, what are you talking about? It says there in the pasuk Vav, B'titman name b'pishnei ha'etz, and she hid them in the pishton, the flax stalks. So we learn from there that flax is called eitz, because it says there v'hari she hid tamina shneim. It's apparently she hid both of them. V'oid kasha de haloi kiddush kadosh baruch hu oised nisim eino oised oisam el al tzad hachrech. So if God does nisim, He only does it in the most desperate, forced situations. The id lav hachi haya oised nisim leloi toelis, because otherwise He'd be doing miracles, open miracles without any benefit. Ve'ein zeh min hagay shel hakadosh baruch hu. This is not the conduct of God. He likes to conduct the world naturally. But oid shadayin Pinchas lo haya malach rak hi'ish kasher ba'alma. Pinchas didn't get to that madrega that he was an angel. He's just a regular kosher person. V'oid kasha lefi pshutai shal mikraich hutar lahem hisyachid im anachris. Furthermore, how could it be possible that these two men, Jewish men, were permitted to be secluded with a goyeta? Especially that she was a open harlot, known by everybody in the city. Well, Isa b'shulchan Orach Chaim Simchav Beis Sivhei, it says there, Shaloi tisyachid isha achas. You can't be secluded with one woman, afilo imanashim harbe, even if they have many men. Okay. Behine yichud nachris lo yasru ela b'yimei shamai v'shilo. Well, the takana of not being secluded with a goyeta was only started from Shammai Hillel. This is about 1,000 years before that. Okay, the Amina Perak base the Avodah Zarah Daf Lamed Vav on base. Okay, ze nicha lechlalos Yisrael. So that's okay for general people in Klal Yisrael, but well, anashim tzaddikim, but for kosher, very big tzaddikim, it always says a person that is a adam choshev is shiny. It's different because they should be going beyond the letter of the law all the time. Okay, so pshita shahayalohem lehizar b'masha asidim achamim ligzoralo. They should be very careful. How do we know that? Like it says in the Gemara in Yoma, Kaf Amad Beis, Ekev Asher Shoma Avraham B'Koili, was since in the heels of what Avraham listened to my voice. That what does it teach us? Milamed Shekim Afilu Erube Tavshilim Shehem Midor Rabbanim. Even he keeps the Rabbanans. Where does it say that? They didn't even have a Torah yet. B'chol Shekein Shekvar Chatu Yisrael Kaidem Lazeh. And even more so, they should have been more careful because you see, they sinned by the Banais Moav in Shittim. Got a lot of Jews killed there. V'yesh leima de begemara kiddushin daf pei on the base says in the betray bekasherim shari. There were two men, and they're kosher. It's permitted. K'moshe kasuv sham b'haga. Aval ela the begemara and kiddushin daf pei aleph on aleph. It says, it concludes the Gemara there. Maze afilu Rav and Rav Yehuda loy mikush kesherim. But even Rav was the big paisik in the Gemara, and Rav Yehuda weren't considered ksherim. Elo ki goyin Rabbi Chanina bar Papi v'chaveirav. Only he quotes another couple of people, a couple of great rabbanim, Rabbi Chanina bar Papi and his friends. Im kein afilu asara ksherim asurim lisachin imayim. So then even 10 kosher men would be prohibited to seclude with her. So look over there in the Chelkas Mechaykik, which I can't find right now. Let's go back and explain the pasuk then. Ein hachinami sha'ishat hitzpina shneim. So Rachav hid both of them. The Chesiv, it says v'hititmeneim b'pishtei ha'etz. She hid them in the stalks of flax stalks. Elo ki heichi deloy tikshi eich nisyachedu belayla beis isha zoyna v'nachis. So, but in order that you shouldn't have this question, how they secluded with themselves, they secluded themselves with a woman who was a harlot and a guy to boot. Umishum hachi omar kasav etitzbenoi. He hid him. What does that mean? Shelo haisat tzricha lehatmi melakolav. She only really had to hide Kalev. If Nesha Pinchas hayad tzadik malach Hashem, because Pinchas already was on the madrega like a malach Hashem. It was a big tzadik. Beharaya shesoifoy nase malach be'ein yitzhar shayleplay. So in the end, he did become an angel, and there's no yitzhar with angels. Behainu Rabbi Chanina bar Papi ve'yosim imenu. And that's the same as applicable to Rabbi Chanina bar Papi and his friends. And even more than that. I mean, Rabbi Chanina was still in the time of the Amoraim. And we're talking about Kalev and Pinchas, who were time of they were Nevi'im, Malachim, the Dor Midbar. The Gam Kalev shehalach imoy bevadei shahayadayim like tzaddik kamaisa. And Kalev, who went with him, was also like a tzaddik like him. Even though he wasn't as chashuv as Pinchas, but in kolzeh Pinchas haya shomer yisay. Pinchas was going to watch him because Pinchas had no Yetzirah for this stuff, and therefore he should be able to guard Kalev. So here's a segula in the parsha from Zera Shimshon Nachman Seltzer, and he writes us two skulas. So I'm going to share one today. Okay, dear Reb Yisrael, I'm the Rosh Yeshiva in American Yeshiva. I'll never forget the day Dovi Schreiber, quote unquote, it's said in the pseudonym, asked to see me. Dovi was a younger man in the Yeshiva's Kailo and had been married for 4 long years without children. We sat together and he began to cry as he explained the doctors had recently concluded that from a medical standpoint it would be extremely difficult, if not impossible, for him and his wife to have a child. This was my Talmud, and it mamish hurt me to see his pain. It would have hurt regardless, but when it's somebody that you've known for years and have seen grow and develop into a genuine Ben Torah, the pain is even greater. And I thought for a while, and eventually I said, listen, there's a very chashuv segula that I've heard about that has achieved results in many cases. What's that? I told him about a sefer that I heard, the Zera Shimshon, whose Mechaber writes in the sefer's introduction that anyone, quote, anyone who learns the sefer will be blessed with children like olive shoots around his table. So he said, do me a favor, I told him, get a hold of the sefer for me and I will not only learn from it, but use it in my drushas as well, bli netter. Dovi was very excited by my proposal and ran out to the Sorim store to purchase the sefer. By mistake, however, he brought the wrong sefer, purchasing the Zera Beirach instead of the Zera Shimshon. It took us a bit of time to figure out that it was the wrong one after he purchased the correct sefer instead. As soon as I had the Sefer, I began using it in my shiurim, but I also decided to take things a step further. Once a week, I began to record myself giving a short shiur on the Zera Shimshon of that week's Sidra, which I'd sent out to a group of people who had committed to listening to the shiur when it arrived, in the sechus of this younger man and his wife. I specifically didn't send it to a lot of people, but every person on the list promised to listen to it when it arrived in their inbox. In the end of the shiur, I always mentioned the names of the couple we were doing this for, so that everyone involved could daven for them in addition to the learning that we were doing. Time passed with me, recording the shiur every week without fail, and I want to make something very clear here. Sending out a weekly email with my shiur is not simple. The Zera Shimshon's Torah is complicated and complex. I had to first understand it myself and then retell it in a way that everyone I was speaking to would understand it as well. I'd also add some of my own ideas and wrap up things in a beautiful way so that it became an eagerly anticipated once a week email. After I'd been doing this for a while, I decided to add the names of another three couples whom I was personally acquainted, couples that also needed a Yeshua if they were to have children. I would deliver the weekly shiur and conclude with the names of the four couples of whom already have been married for 5 years without children. Within that year, every one of the four couples had children. Now repeat that. Every one of the four couples had children. Even though some of the couples had been told by their doctors there was no hope for them. Within the year, we celebrated Simcha with every one of the couples on the list. It should be a zechus for Bez Hashem for all the couples that don't have shidduchim. I know they're couples that gotta get together, and all the people that don't have children. In the zechus of the Zera Shimshon, zechusi again aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Have a good tavach, and Bez Hashem will be catching up next week. Kol tov.